Hey guys and welcome! Today I wanted to introduce you to my new babies, Savannah monitors. And as you can see, they are still not that cool about being handled. So I'm just gonna put sweet Sherlock back into his cage. Just hang on for 1 second. Sorry. Alright, sorry about that guys. I really wanted to show you my two new babies Savannah monitors, and since it has been almost 2 weeks since I got them and I haven't had them out in the meantime I had them out when I got them, I thought that they might be comfortable enough to do this video with me, but clearly not yet, and that's totally fine because they are very young. But I really did want to show them to you guys, but we're just gonna have a look at their terrarium later. What I want to talk about today is some general info about the Savannah monitor, because a lot of people really want them as a pet. They're very popular as a pet and for a very good reason. Like these guys, they are incredible docile and they look amazingly cool. The thing that people most of the time forget is how big they get. Like the one I had in my hand, he was very tiny, but when they do grow into adults, they do get this massive size. Like they are the size of a small dog. And that's something that most people, I don't know if they forget to think about it or if it just comes as a surprise, or maybe they think they can handle it but they can't, and that's totally fine because we all make mistakes. But that's really something to think about before you're getting yourself a Savannah monitor. Now you may remember that I at one point rescued a Savannah monitor that was Archie. He was a full-grown monitor and he was very fat. I think that's the word. Like he weighed too much. When he was crawling, his stomach was still on the floor, like even when he was upright. And he had all those burns down his stomach, which was caused by heating stones instead of heat from a lamp. And this thing about the Savannah monitor being too fat and dying too early, unfortunately, is something that we see very often. But today I really wanted to talk to you about how to set up for baby Savannah monitors, like my two Savannah monitors. I've named them Sherlock and Pancake. Not sure if they're male or female, but I'm just gonna refer to them as male until I get someone out to tell me if they are male or female for sure. But right now, two males, Sherlock and Pancake. Savannah monitors, they come from Africa, and you will usually find them, as the name say, on the savannah. But you can also find them in like open forest places, woodland areas, and pretty much anywhere that resembles this savannah, open forest, grassy area. They primarily live on the ground, and they really do prefer to be able to dig into burrows and then stay there during the night, and then during the day they will go hunting. If a Savannah moth feels threatened, it will kind of hiss at you. It will give like this very loud hiss, and if you do not back off, they will kind of swing their tail and then slam their tail to the ground. And if you're very unlucky, they might even swing their tail directly at you. So if you hear a Savannah monitor hiss at you, it's better to back off. When it comes to diet, the Savannah monitor in the wild eats practically everything. Like the adult Savannah monitor will eat toads, snails, small mammals, birds, lizards, snakes, insects, like pretty much anything that they can get their hands onto. When it comes to younglings or babies, they will preferably live off a diet of insects, which is also something that you have to remember when you have them in captivity, because a lot of people tend to just feed them meat and then they get fat and then they die too young. But that's something I will get back to. But in the wild, they eat almost everything. But younglings, they do stick to insects. Savannah monitors are quite fascinating animals. They have this very strong jawline, and they have blunt teeth which they can easily use to open like snail houses and eggs. It's no trouble for a Savannah monitor to crack open these things. And you may have seen one of these videos where I feed Archie an egg, and it might look a bit vulgar, but it's no trouble for this guy to crack open and eat the egg. Trust me on that one. Alright, I think now is the time to go have a look at my two Savannah monitors setup. Alright guys, I hope this angle worked out for you. We're just gonna go over how I've set up this setup for my baby Savannah monitors. Right now both of them are in here because they are so small, but of course they will have to go into each a separate terrarium as they grow a little bit bigger. But let's have a look at it right now. The first thing you may notice is these branches. You may remember that in the beginning of the video I told you that Savannah monitors primarily live on the ground. which is true. But I've also read that especially younglings, they do enjoy being able to climb, and I also really think that if they want to, they should be able to. It will help exercise, it will help strengthen their muscles and all that kind of stuff. So I really like to give them the opportunity. I have seen them climb, like I've seen them climb all the way up here, I've seen them chilling up here. So in general, I think it's a good idea if you're able to give them something to climb on. Down here is the water bowl. This water bowl has to be filled every day, and I also missed the terrarium. Most of the time I missed it in just like one part of the terrarium, so they will go there if they need more humidity. One thing that I found is that they really do enjoy if you make some sort of a hide where there is a lot of humidity. So what I tend to do is I tend to mist one of their hides really a lot. That's not how you say it, but I do tend to mist it a lot. And I am trying to figure out if I can find some sort of substrate that will allow for that humidity to stay, because that is also something that will help them when they're shedding, which they are very often. Now, the substrate I have underneath is coconut fiber, and then I have these pieces of bark. I bought them at a reptile expo where I buy a lot of my things. These pieces of bark are in there because that will allow them to burrow underneath these pieces, and will also have them feeling safe, because right now my main priority is to make them feel safe, not feeling threatened. They're just going to need to thrive and to eat and to grow and just be feeling safe and nice and warm. Over here I also have another bowl. This is not for water, this is actually for food. As I said before, younglings, it's very important that you feed them a steady diet of insects as well with adults, because a lot of Savannah monitors in captivity are prone to obesity, and it's really a problem because they die very young, and it's a shame. So that bowl over there is for mealworms, which I put in there, and then it will come and eat it. I've also released very small crickets into the enclosure itself, which will make them run around and hunt them and really, you know, stimulate them and activate them, which is also very important because these guys, they need to move, they need to use their muscles, and they need to not just lie in one area and become fat. So that's very important. And of course I have the pretty flowers. You know me, guys, I'm a sucker for a pretty looking terrarium, and I thought these flowers, they did something nice. But in general, it's not very important for you to have any extra, what can you say, flowers and plastic plants, because as they get older, they will also most likely just tear it all apart. So be aware of that and enjoy it while you can. I have two hides in the terrarium. I have one in the back, and then I have this one. And this one looks... Oh, look who we have here. Alright, you can see him here. I'm gonna put him down very soon. Yeah, they use their hides quite a lot. And this one is... Oh, there he went. This one is identical to the other one over there. So hides important. And then of course we have the most important thing, which is this light. This is UVA, UVB light. Very important for the growth of the animal. Some say that the Savannah monitor doesn't need it when it's an adult. I disagree. I think it's very important, but it is mostly important that they get it while they are growing. I think that we should check if the temps are as they should be. Oh, it's actually a bit high. Oh no, there we are. Alright. 45. 44, that sounds pretty good. Underneath this spot, they really do need this very warm area for them. But they also need to go somewhere where it's not as warm, which of course it is over in the other side of the terrarium. You may ask me what the ambient temperature is, and in here it's actually quite high. Especially right now because it's in the summer. I don't know if you can see it right here. Alright, this one measures just about 30 degrees. So that's very warm. But it's also a warm summer. So yeah, right now Pancake and Sherlock, they are kind of shy, but that's okay. I'm giving them time to getting used to this new environment and to just eat and have a good diet and feeling safe and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully when they've calmed down and when they've gotten used to me a lot more, I will take them out and try to do another video. Maybe in a month or two, and then we will also have a look to see how much they've grown. Alright guys, that's all for today. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. It really does help me out a lot. And if you want to see more, of course, you can subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for now, and bye bye!